Hey everybody, I'm Neon. This is Neon's Reviews. Me and my buddy Nate we were talking the other day, kind of about an idea I had for Freddy Krueger on how to bring him back in a unique way, and it sparked an interesting conversation that we kind of figured would be fun for you guys to maybe hear kind of how it goes. We're not really planning this. It's just kind of we're gonna kind of re-go over what kind of led into the conversation, and then just kind of go from there. And yeah, um, so initially, I had I had watched a video on how to defeat Freddy Krueger. I forget exactly whose channel it was, but it basically was talking about how um, there were medications that would naturally be prescribed somebody that would be experiencing these problems would actually be the medications that would help them suppress their actual dreaming cycles, um, and how ironic that is that what they see as their enemy is these medications that they're being prescribed in all the films. And I had an idea to kind of maybe go in that route with it, so that we can basically go more of a real world that doesn't matter if Freddy's real or not, it's real to them, and kind of go on that angle. Um, and then you had an idea from that.
To go a little more first person, hardcore Henry style, and kind of see it from inside Fred Krueger's body as these things were going on. Uh, but that throughout the course of the film, you would see that he isn't necessarily in control of everything that's going on.
Right. And so this would kind of be a reimagining of a, of the prequel. It would basically be taking it completely back to the roots, and we would see Freddy before he started killing children. And we were gonna you wanted to use a demon possession.
What I thought would be something similar to what you see in Fallen.
Okay.
To where there's an entity, I mean, you can call it a demon, you can come up with a million different names for it, but there's an entity that seeks to corrupt and, befoul man. And these are two great ways to do it. If you can drive someone insane to the point where maybe they even become what you've been psychologically torturing them with, and they actually, you know, become that, or they break and they're caught and you move on to your next victim. And throughout the course of it, you're causing horrible things to happen to humanity and breaking spirit, and just Fred Krueger is now just another tool of the greater evil.
Okay. Now, all right. So, with that in mind, when because we do have to tie it into him getting burned.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still possessed at that point, or will it have left him and he's fully on his own? Because if it left him, it would be almost interesting if, like, it leaves him in that moment, where it's just like, oh no, I'm not getting trapped with you.
I think that almost makes it land a little too fallen.
Okay.
Like, alright, oh, you almost got me,
Okay.
but I'm out now. Where, since I kind of arrived at my idea when you were talking about yours, where, it was, there's something psychological going on. Like, if it can break, this, not necessarily a Job story, but if it can break this human being and turn this human being into what it's conditioning it to be, it's breaking not just his mind, but his soul, corrupting that, so that when it's done, it's left a taint on him from an evil that humans don't comprehend. An evil that's so malice.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be, a Christian, evilness.
Are we going Pazuzu or?
I mean, you could go any route you wanted to. It's just an evil that is incomprehensible. It wants to destroy everything.
It just wants to have fun while it does so.
Right, and maybe it's having fun. Maybe it's just like a parasite. Maybe it's functioning the way it was designed to. I
Can't you do both?
But it's designed to be evil. It's and that's what it does, and that's what it spreads.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter that you're human. It doesn't hate you because you're human. It just hates you because you're not it. Horror movies always have to have something to say behind it, and if your message is going to be, why do you hate me? If you go with that Michael Caine Dark Knight answer, there is no reason. He just wants to see the world burn. Like, I've always thought that's the most terrifying reasoning behind why does this killer kill? Because there's no rhyme or reason to it. I'm not going to give you a motivation. I'm not going to give you a reason. It's just like, that thing is a killing machine. And you're paying homage to so many different horror movies when you take it to this, what I think would be an almost meta level. You're going to see it from first person for most of the movie and not know what's going on. I think I also discussed with you that I thought when Freddy sleeps, that's when you see an interaction between it and the soul, the psyche of Fred Krueger. And
How those interact.
right. He's having to watch these things, like he can see these things happening, he can feel the physical changes in them, he can feel...
He just has no control.
Right. And on top of it, like, not only are watching these things happening maddening, but now he's starting to wonder, is this real? Maybe Fred's stuck in a dream. Maybe that's why all this is going on. Maybe that's why he's so strong there and he can't be beaten. He's stuck there. He's always there. Because he doesn't know the difference between reality and anything anymore.
And that'll be perfect because, like, I was thinking, like, how difficult this will be to pull off. Because it's mostly going to be Fred Krueger hiding from others and then killing people, like, in first person. He's not really going to be discussing this with anybody.
I mean,
it's going to be very difficult to kind of get that across.
I don't even think you need to dive right into that part. I mean...
Well, no. You would build up to that, but, like... I didn't mean to cut you off. Like... With, with Fred, he's... With going into a psychosis and having those dream sequences, you can have that be where you actually have him, like, not directly questioning, but, like, wondering maybe through his conversations with the demon or in those moments. That's where you can kind of deal more with that, because you're already in the person's mind, literally.
Right.
So it would make sense that
I wouldn't want to take it full cell.
No.
But I think that seeing the interaction between the two of them, and it obviously can't be too early, because I think for a while you want them to see and feel Fred. You know, the one of my favorite horror movies. Really, I've always loved Amityville Horror.
Okay.
And one of the things I like about it is it just starts. It really always, to me, felt like it started out like this family movie. Like oh, this is gonna be fun. Like you can show that the opening of the movie to your kids, and they're just like, oh, cool, like we're gonna go to this fun house.
Right.
And then
very drastic
right,
turn.
right. Whether or not it's a quality turn or not is always up for debate. I mean, I love the movies, but so I think if you start with, a day in the life, it doesn't have to be exciting, and then there's whispers, almost, feel that presence coming on. You don't necessarily even maybe want to start the movie with him already being possessed by the sense.
Right.
Maybe that's something that happens, and in secondary and tertiary watching viewings of the movie, you'll go, oh, that's when it happened, right there. And the first part, you're not gonna think anything of it.
Right.
And then
he's gonna think he starts going crazy or whatnot.
Right. Or he chokes. Or if you're doing it first person, you could make it seem as though, have you ever accidentally inhaled incorrectly while you're drinking and something goes down the wrong way?
Mm-hmm.
Something similar to that could happen in a situation similar to where that's going to be what the audience's first thought of that is, oh, we saw first person once, like when you inhale or and then later you get to see, no, that's when it entered.
Okay.
That's when it hit him. Maybe you get some whispers of things earlier, but that you're not going to I don't mean outright when there's no other ambient sound.
Mm-hmm.
Have him. He was a janitor at the school, right?
Right.
So
yeah.
he's walking through the school and you hear the kids. He's sweeping the floor, and through all the noise and the bells and everything like that, in the background of the Foley, there's a whisper. Make sure that doesn't show up on their stupid closed captioning.
Right.
But
no, yeah, have the whisper.
But it's muddled. It's in the background.
Yeah, you can't make it out, but
right. So you can give telltale.
Something's there.
Right. You can give signs that people on later viewings will be able to pick up on.
Okay.
But have it hit him, and then now you're going to see an immediate change. Like if the first 20 minutes of the film is Freddy Krueger being normal, I'm a janitor at the high school, or the whatever school he was at, and now this is not a gradual change. You're going to think, oh, he's been planning this the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm watching a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, so...
Right, I've been waiting for this to happen.
Right, we've been waiting for... Oh God, they're not going to show this, right? Oh, come on. Come on. It's a kid, come on. They're not going to show that, right?
Right.
And take him... Take him there if you're going to get... I put it this way. I think you could give the audience a no-gore, bloody, intense, horrific death of a child where you show no gore and have that be the only death in the movie besides Freddy Krueger being burned alive and still get an R rating. Guaranteed.
Yeah, but he didn't kill just one child.
I understand that. that was the story. But I guarantee you're only gonna get away with one before the audience is disinterested in seeing it from a first person point of view. You're only gonna get away with one.
See,
Showing it. If you
it depends on. See, I would argue that I almost wanted to work up to the killing, or to like the full-on like brutal killings. Like maybe early on, it's a smothering, and that like build up to that. You can play with the dead corpse all you want, but like.
I think if you put more than one child murder on screen in your film, you're NC-17 instantly.
I'm trying to think of.
You can go black and white. You can do whatever you want. But if you show one child murder, you're off.
I'm trying to think of a movie.
Not Avengers or Superman, where you can assume children are being killed somewhere.
No. I think that was the only one. Damn. I was thinking of like there's the Rambo 4, where there's that. Have you seen that one? Okay. There's the opening sequence is the city in Burma is just attacked and just destroyed, and you basically get genocide on screen. They're walking in, lighting the huts on fire, and there's one specific part that I remember where they tear a baby from a mom's arms and throw him into the burning building. But that's the only kid that dies. Like I think there's like teens that like maybe 13 that get shot, but it's not graphic.
I was going to rule out things like the original Red Dawn.
Right, where they're teens.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah.
And graduates. Graduated.
Yeah. Well, even if they're all played by adults, so it doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah, and everything else is like, Hunger Games, Battle Royale, stuff like that, where it's still teens.
Conan.
It's not nothing graphic.
Right. I mean, like the beginning of Conan the Barbarian, when you're showing all the kids' feet.
Yeah.
Pushing the wheel, but there's nothing graphic. Feet just disappear.
Yeah. Okay.
And none of those was just like a brutal first person, drawn out, like that scene. I think if you want to be R, and that's gonna go first person, 20 seconds tops. I think if you go more than 20 seconds with that scene, they're gonna be like, you're getting an NC-17, and there'll be nothing. Changing it to black and white is not gonna help you.
Yeah. The narrative. And with this format, you can't just like cut away. It's not like he's gonna be closing his eyes. And the demon's gonna want to show him what it's doing to further break him. I don't think with one.
I think there's a creative way that you could get away with it.
Okay.
Maybe the beginning of the movie is him stalking this kid. You just jump straight into it.
Okay.
And when a knife comes in, or whatever he's using in the beginning, you're saying it's smothering, maybe. At the moment that you get that first person, that pillow over that face, as soon as you show that body start to move, that's when it changes and you get a flashback of, this is Freddy Krueger before.
Mm.
This is when he's battling with himself I don't want to see this is Fred Krueger's mind snapping. This is Fred Krueger's mind going, we're not going to see this right now. This isn't happening. Happy place. Happy place. Remember when this was happening? Remember when your life was normal? Remember when all this was going on and nothing bad was happening in your life?
And then...
And then you'll get another and you go back to maybe another second of the body moving and then nope. Give you another 46 seconds of you're somewhere else, and then you come back and now the body's not moving. Now,
it's not going to be very disturbing, but...
It's going to be disturbing, but as the movie progresses...
It's going to get... The happy place is going to start going away.
The happy place goes away.
Yeah.
He's broken.
But you worked it into the narrative enough that it's... Can't be gratuitous with these scenes, but you do them in a way that they are crucial to the narrative. It should be explainable, and one of those things where it's just like, okay, show tact. Be tactful.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're
not going to go maniac with it, but...
We've got plenty of movies where kids die. They die of a disease, things like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're not, obviously the NBA isn't averse to kids dying, but mm-hmm. kids murdered gratuitously in first person, that's going to...
It might cross some lines.
I honestly think that...
But you get those headlines. You could ride on that controversy.
I honestly think that it's more than any other horror movie that I can think of requires that Hitchcockian idea of no one's afraid of the bang of the gun, only the anticipation of. Mm-hmm. Oh God, I'm going to have to watch him kill this kid.
That's why...
And that tension, that build up beforehand is going to have their hearts going. And then you can you don't have to give them the opposite of a jump scare. Okay, I'm not going to have to watch. I am going to have to watch it. Okay, am I not going to have to watch it? Okay, I still have to watch him, move the pillow. Oh, yep, that kid's dead. There's still going to be a whole lot of uncomfortability.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're also, with this, as I didn't really think about this when I was like, yeah, let's film this conversation, because I didn't realize we would have to discuss child murder and then the other part, disposing of the bodies. I mean, he's not just going to be killing the kids and, having investigations and stuff. No, it's kidnappings, it's disappearances, and that's it. They're just never found. It's Pennywise-ish. What's he doing with the bodies? Furnace?
I think it's the most...
It's already tied to his character.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why he was there, maybe?
Right. And it makes sense for why the furnace becomes his doom as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little Hansel and Gretel, but that was their story. It was lit on fire, but...
I loved your idea of just of toying with the audience and oh yeah, you're gonna have to watch this. No, not all of it. But we're gonna make you see bits of it, and then screw with them that way. But with the furnace, as twisted as it sounds, I almost want it to be just an opening just for logs. Not a massive opening. So it's one of those things set this down on the tip here. Walk over, grab an axe or a saw or something, and just let your eyes just no. And then you go back to the happy place. And you and it's just no, it's not just just that. You still gotta get rid of it. There's a whole process to this. Not just the killing, it's the rest of it that also is breaking Freddy. It's gonna make it hard for an audience, but if you keep pulling away from it, it should be easier.
Or someone at the dinner table.
Why? I'm just thinking narratively, and even with the demon, like the demon's not trying to get caught. It's just it wants this guy to go
We
off.
can leave anytime you want.
No, I know, but it's what's the purpose of having somebody that to cause chaos for you if they're just going to get caught and stopped really quickly? Might as well teach them to cover their tracks as best as they can and everything, so that they can cause the most damage.
Okay.
So that's why I think
Fair enough.
he should be disposing of them and stuff. And I think, yes, killing somebody would be bad, but having to get rid of their body and something that will destroy them, but the opening is not big enough for them, is a very bad situation.
I think you can get away with just having Freddy Krueger watch the episode of Breaking Bad where the tub gets, the wrong kind of tub gets filled up with the acid.
Yeah, you could do that, or just watch.
And then he goes, "All right, I know not to get that one. All right, thank you, Breaking Bad. All right, this is better than throwing them in the furnaces."
That was another question. Would you set it in the 70s, 80s, or would you go modern? Or would you go like this takes place in the 2000s or early 2010, and like here we are, kids are this much older, present day for the rest of the storylines, with him hunting the children.
I hadn't actually
Yeah.
thought about that, but amazingly enough, my first reaction is to want to totally time displace it and want to go like 1920s.
Go further back.
You know, like
That'd be fun.
pre-instant communication. You know, if I'm taking it to the 20s, not even every home has a radio at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, legends build differently. You know, but I think that that's not staying with
No.
the story of Freddy Krueger.
No, but that's the reimagining too.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, then you're just telling a child murderer story. So I think if you're gonna tell the story of Freddy Krueger, I think you have to go I mean, the original movie took place in the 80s, but
Yeah, so it would have been mid-70s when he died.
right. So I think you time it then.
Okay. I say I'm almost tempted to just like make.
Because again, now you remove the internet, you remove a lot of different forms of instant communication. People are still at that point, sure, they get world news on a nightly basis on television, but people are still heavily dependent on print news as well.
Print news, yeah. It's not. Oh, check my phone.
Classified ads,
Yeah.
things like that. I mean, so I think anytime you can remove instant communication, that idea from the horror movie.
Yeah, it creates some more isolation. And for this film, it's not gonna affect it at all because
Well, wasn't it like that in Us?
Us was present day.
Right. There was a modern day horror movie that I watched fairly recently that I remember reading about the director saying they purposely removed cell phones. There were no cell phones in the movie at all. He never saw a character use one because they wanted to take that instant communication out of the context. And if you ever show a cell phone, then now it doesn't matter when you set your movie.
Yeah. Oh, it is,
a technology doesn't exist in your movie until you've shown it to exist in your movie.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to think about the fact that they haven't seen a cell phone if they haven't seen a cell phone. You show it once, then later they go, well, so-and-so had a cell phone, why don't you...
Right.
Don't tell me you don't have one. Well, if they've never seen one, they're not thinking about it.
Yeah, there's a basic rule in film that, like, if you show something, use it in a scene later, or if not there, have it come back at the end and serve a purpose. You know, character, items, everything.
Right.
So, no, good point. And it's much better than creating an awkward shoehorn situation in there just to get rid of the communication abilities. No, that's a good point. So, with Freddy, in the other films, it's all about the fear. It's all about he's very much like Pennywise. You know, he's all about
He feeds on that fear.
building you up to that point, and then finally killing you.
Psychologically fattening you up.
Mm-hmm. Since we're going demon, does the demon feed on the fear? Is that where that comes from? Is that how he gets his power, or is that just it has fun doing it that way? Or is that just something of Freddy's that he does on his own, that he learns?
Well, I think that the idea is that he's learning to feed on that fear. He's learning to take delight and draw strength from that. You know, physically speaking, falsely believing these things that he's been told on a psychological level of, I can make you, I can make you immortal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not lying. You're going to be immortalized.
That's not the way you think.
It's just not the way you think. You know, and Freddy can kind of, once that snap is taken, the more heinous thing that I can do, the more strength I draw, the more fear I cause. And at the time when the parents come for him, he might psychologically be so gone that he's, Al Pacino at the end of Scarface, like,
Right.
come on, what do you got? Like, that's all you take a couple bullets, like, that's all you got?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, unfortunately, now reminds me of the M. Night Shyamalan movie, multiple personalities.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But
Take shotgun to the chest.
right,
Yeah, that's possible.
it's belief.
Yes.
It makes me think other horrible documentaries that try and tell people that they just don't believe strong enough. Oh, like The Secret.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
so if he, comes to believe that, he's not afraid of the parents when they come for him. You don't understand. You can't beat me. I'm going to be immortal. He's taking that to be in a physical, maybe
Right.
in a physical sense.
Which led me to an idea that I had, that we kind of go, instead of them just throwing the Molotov through the window like in the originals, burning them down, we go more of a Candyman route. And that would, if that's kind of how it is when it happens, when they come in, it's like, you can't stop me, I'm immortal. Well, we'll show you how immortal you are. And, yeah, these are the hands that you did this to our children with? Okay. Oh, you use the fingers that held your knives and killed my child? Okay. Well, here's your knife, since you value those so much. Basically cut his, force the knives into his hands, or into his fingers, and basically make those finger knives part of him, not a glove. not something that he puts on. He was just rocking a knife.
I think you're making the parents almost as bad as Freddy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who do you want to be the villain? You can't.
Fred's the victim, and that's what I feel needs to be hammered in. Fred is the victim.
Well, he would be a victim.
Yes. Yes, he is a victim.
But we still want him to become that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what sets him on a quest for vengeance. Okay, I'm going to come after your kids after what you did to me. I'm going to use this image that you've created out of me and torture them and kill them. There's nothing you can do about it. Because I'm in a space that you could never get to me again. That it sets up his motivations a little bit more, I think, as opposed to just, we burned you. How do I know who was involved? You know, sure they, you know, like, there was many other things in that one that was like, okay guys, but this would give him a little more of an edge, I feel, coming back. Right. And it also gives him a new redesign for the forthcoming Freddy. You know, still gives you the iconic Freddy, but it's a redesign of the traditional look.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel also literal, you know, finger knives that look horribly painful to even have.
I think
are going to be much scarier.
Crossed over into Hellraiser.
Mm-hmm. Why not? I mean, he's a nightmare thing. Like he's supposed to scare you.
Sure.
Fred Krueger, as he was in the original Nightmares, is a pop icon now. He's not scary. Just like how Michael Myers is no longer scary because he's so iconic. Same with Darth Vader. Like,
I don't even.
They've lost their scariness for me because of their familiarity.
I can see that. I just think, as much as I love Darth Vader as a character, I still wouldn't say he's. I don't know. I think his scariness is different than the other characters. The other characters are like, oh wow, this guy's gonna kill me, and with Darth Vader, it's like, like he's kind of cool. He's got some awesome powers, but I don't know if I'd want to work for him.
Right.
Like it's not just like he's just gonna kill you just because. Like, there's a lot of guys in the Empire he doesn't even care about. Just, I don't know if I want to report directly to Vader. Like, I don't know if I want to report to the guy that reports to the guy that reports to Vader. Because those guys get off way too often.
I might get promoted pretty quickly. I don't want to deal with that.
Right. If I could just work in the galley,
the cafeteria,
right? The cafeteria of the starship. if I could just, you know, if I could be in engineering,
I'll be the guy that dries the trays.
Exactly. I don't even want to be the guy that makes coffee, because I don't know if he sometimes is like coffee. Oh yeah. You know, I don't know what the guy does. If I'm an average guy, I just know that he's scary. You know,
right.
he can do anything.
Right.
You know, so as long as I don't work directly for him, I'm not really afraid. If Michael Myers, no, I'm not afraid of him watching him on film.
But if he appeared out
right.
yeah.
But if I walked out to my car and there were even someone dressed like Michael Myers standing near my car, I'd be like,
nah, I'm going back in.
yeah, I don't. Even if I had a firearm.
Hey guys, so yeah, you may have noticed the video got cut off there. Kind of ended a little abruptly. I ran out of space on my camera. Didn't realize that for about 2 minutes after it cut off, so didn't miss too much, thankfully. We just started talking about how we would kind of approach sequels, but it's a good thing we noticed it got cut off right when we were diving into that. So, yeah, if you guys like this video, we'll continue the discussion and we'll go from there. But yeah, we kind of gave each other a little bit of homework. So we've been trying to get each other to watch certain movies that have been on, or that we've wanted to talk about with one another. So I have my buddy checking out Hereditary. It's an incredible horror film. If you have not seen it, definitely check it out. We're going to do a long discussion review of that. And then he assigned me Tomorrowland, the Disney George Clooney movie. So we're going to review both of those in the same episode, video, whatever you call it. But yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely stay tuned. We got a lot of videos, as I was saying. I'm going to be doing a couple other videos. I recently watched One Cut of the Dead, and I'm going to be posting a video on that as well. And yeah, you know, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you aren't already, and stay tuned for more. Stay safe. Bye, y'all.